Now let's look at the last practice question of chapter 2. So from this question, it asks you, there are 500 recent graduates. Indicates their majors as follows. Okay, so we have different majors here from accounting to finance or to the computer science. And then we have the frequencies of their students, graduates. Okay, so total we can notice there are 500 students. Now the first question asks you to compute a relative frequency distribution, and then question B asks you to compute a percentage frequency distribution. So let's see how to get these two distributions. What I want to do is, this is the frequency, and then I will just write down the relative frequency here, okay? This will be the relative frequency. And if you still remember, when we talk about relative frequency, it will just equal to the frequency divided the total number, right? Therefore, for the relative frequency in majoring accounting, okay, so we will just use 60 divide 500, okay? So this will give us the relative frequency equal 0.12, okay? And similar, we can get a finance relative frequency will equal 100 divide 500, right? Which will equal 0.2. And then etc. we can get the other majors relative frequency. Okay, so I will just write it down for economics. We use 40 divide 500. Then we can get a relative frequency equal 0.08. And then etc. I will just write down the number here, okay? So for management, the relative frequency will equal 0.24, which will just equal 120 divide 500. And then followed by marketing, 0.16. For engineering will be 0.12. And then finally for computer science will equal, so 400, so equal 40 divide 500. So which will give us the number here equal 0.08. And then you can sum all those numbers here together. You can also get a total. So the total here, if you sum those numbers together, you can get a total will equal 1, okay? And then how can we get a percentage? So the percent frequency distribution. I will write down here for the percentage or percent frequency. So percent frequency, I think is kind of like a little bit easier because now we already have the relative frequency. So percent frequency will just equal to the relative frequency times 100%. So for example, here we have accounting relative frequency equal 0.12. Therefore, the percentage frequency or percent frequency here will equal 12%. And then for finance, we notice the relative frequency equal to 0.2. Therefore, the percent frequency will equal 20%, etc. We can have their management, the percent frequency will equal 8%, and then the others, okay, 24%, 16%, 12%, and then 8%, okay? So all those percentage, if you sum them together, they will still equal 1, okay? Because this will equal 100%. Okay, so this is how we solve for this practice question.